Hello, welcome back, and I am Shavzas, and today I present you an eye tutorial on how to, or just some guidelines and some quick tips on how to illustrate eyes. We're mainly going to be focusing on human eyes, much more animated eyes to say that, but we will do a short animal segment and a short segment on realism, so stay tuned, there could be something for you guys too. These are some of the eyes I've drawn over my art career, one could say, and just show what type of eyes you'll be learning about how to draw, more of an anime look, more of that. The pink-haired girl you see here like 3 times, that's my original character, Camellia. And without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Let's head on to the video. We have the external anatomy of the eye. Alright. Well, for starters, I wanted to sketch out some eyes. We have one eye with a monolid. We have an older person's eye. We have an eye facing the side view. And then we have this quick little illustration I whipped up of an eyeball, with the eyebrows and eyelashes and all of that. But to the side, we have this. An eye with all the correct labelings of where everything is. So we have the eyebrow, the eyelid, the eyelash, the pupil, the iris, the sclera, and the lacrimal caruncle. And now if you're more like me, you draw animated eyes, this knowing all the labels isn't the most important thing. I mean, I know I barely draw the lacrimal caruncle when I'm doing my animated eyes. I'm just gonna be honest. But having a good understanding of this never hurts, especially if you are into realism. Then I definitely recommend you learn not just with eyes, just a lot of things anatomically. That's a major key about doing realism correctly. You have to know what you're doing. Humans are very detailed. They are very complex. You should always take that into consideration. There's a lot going on. But yeah, so that really is with this segment. It's quite short, but let's go into our next segment about the various types of eyes. This one is kind of messy. I apologize, but so let me go briefly over this. Old eyes. So older eyes, they're much more baggier. They're less expressive. We've all seen old people. We have crow's feet. We have all of this. I don't even know what this is actually called. Like this. I know old people have it, but that's there too. These baggier under eyelids. You know what I mean? But like, look at this with the pupil. I mean, like, listen. When you saw eyes that I drew right here, you can see how they're so vivid and detailed. But actually, old people eyes, they're not really about that. They're just kind of, more mellow, more relaxed. It's almost like all the soul has left their body, as they aged. So on to the next one, we have young eyes. These are for like kids. I'm talking about these eyes are for more like a kindergartner, a preschooler, maybe like an elementary schooler. And it focuses more on exaggerated features, big irises, big pupils. Very cutesy look. Look at this cute little giant eye. It more focuses on that cutesy aspect. So that's how I approach younger eyes. And I know you guys see this giant sign over here: males versus females. So we have males on this side and females on this side. There's not an insane amount of difference, because while there are eyes like this that are, whenever you see it, they're like, yeah, that's certainly a male eye. That is a cool guy eye. It's a cool guy. This is for your more stoic anime cool character like Ichigo from Bleach, or Zoro from One Piece, or Kakashi from Naruto. This really cool, eye, stoic leader. Then we have this slightly dumb guy eye. I don't really know why I drew this. Just for your slightly dumb guy. Let me try to. Actually, I'm not gonna draw anything with them. But, you know, you get the meaning, you know, just like some grunt character. You also have the cool guy eye from the side. That's say that 5 times fast. It's pretty difficult. And I don't know. I gave him a little cigarette, but also now I'm not gonna go completely in detail with this yet. I just want to draw it out because I was already drawing it, so why not? But I will go in detail. I do have a slide for this called the eyes from the side profile. So yeah, none of this rhymes. Next up, I drew Naruto here, and now you might be asking, what does Naruto have to do with this? I mean, he is a guy, but like, well, what's he doing here? Now, I don't know. He was like the first character I really thought of, but like, if like, you know, not all anime guys look like this, right? They don't have all eyes like this, all right? There are anime characters like Naruto, you know, who are, you know, not as like insanely cool and like, you know, like, well, Naruto's like cool and all, but he's not like this like cool, insane mystique. He's the hyperactive knucklehead ninja, as the show refers to him as. So with him, I kind of like this eye. I like to call the androgynous eye. This eye could really, it like works well for a guy, but it can work well for really like any gender. It looks more like a female's eye, I guess, because I had the eyelashes there. But yeah, that's force of habit. I draw a lot of women. But you know, like this eye is really androgynous. So like with males versus females, there's a big text over here, but like don't take it too seriously. There are androgynous eyes like this that can go for both ways. You don't have to do an overly female or overly feminine or overly masculine eye. Right? Next up, I have some cute girl eyes, and then the woman eye, and then the angrier girl eye, sad girl eye, and side view. I don't know. These are just to like give you a reference of what some eye looks like. The androgynous thing was the main thing I wanted to go over with this slide. Anyways, we are on to our next slide about closed eyes. This is gonna be quick, but I did draw this over here. So eyes like this, you know, eyes like this, you know, these eyes are called the resting eye to me. You know, like these eyes are more about like, you know, just a person going to sleep. You know, a person after a long day of work, a person after running a marathon, you know, a person who's just relieved of something. That's what these eyes look like. They're resting, they're relaxed, they're calm. Now, these eyes are more happy and energetic. Now, this eye is just happy. This eye is like screaming, it's very energetic, it's very, you know, and that's the thing. Like, this eye and this eye are complete opposites. But like they're both closed eyes, so that's why I did this segment really, because it's like just to like let people know like what's going on with these, like, you know what I mean? Like there are very big differences with closed eyes, so you don't want to just mess up that. You know? Sounds very easy, but like I just want to make you make sure you guys know. Next up, we have the side profile. So the side profile. I have some of my eye credentials once again, and I have a little eye I drew right here, but I also drew an eyeball here from the side. Then I drew over it. So with this eye right here, you can make out the like fact that like how this eye works really. So you know, this is a good strategy. I've seen a lot of people do this with drawing eyes. From the side profile. So if you ever have a really hard time drawing it, like with me, I'll just be honest. This I just draw eyes like this on the fly. You know, I'll just be honest. But this is definitely a good technique if you're starting from the beginning. You know. Next up, we have coloring an eye. Now this is the main thing this is the main thing I work really hard on. So first of all, we have step 1. This is gonna be how I draw eyes. Remember that. This is not the one way of drawing eyes. This is my way. So, you know, like this might not be your style. I'll just explain to you how I do mine. Okay. Step 1. Draw the eye. You know, drew a little eye here. This is more about shading and coloring, less than it is about drawing. So I'm not gonna really explain how to draw the eye. Sorry, but this is more about shading and color. Step 2, shade the eye really roughly. By really roughly, I mean I just colored it black. The parts I wanted darker, and that's really it. Step 3, shade the eye and add a little more details. I added like a little more highlights, some speculars, some little bit of shading, just a little bit of airbrushing. And step 4, this is where I kind of add a clipping mask layer to the artwork, where I make some parts more reddish, give it some reddish tones, give some more brownish tones. You know what I mean? Also, this is going to be a brown eye. I know you guys saw that, but I don't know. Since like in the title, I drew a bunch of blue eyes. You know what I mean? I guess I thought it would be kind of more interesting if I did some brown eyes out of my comfort zone. So yeah, this is the mask layer. This is the clipping mask layer where we color the line art. Step 5, flat color. So I just added a nice little brown color. Added some blue colors to the highlights up there. It's pretty cool. Then I add some depth to it. I add a little bit of shading. I add some warmer tones, some little pinkish tones right here. Now, step 7. Wait, was that step 6? Yeah, step 7 is the overlay. This is just how I approach things, but I always add a little overlay of an orangish color. I had this little overlay, and I lowered. Okay, so I take this orange little airbrush, I put it over the eye, and then I okay, actually it would be more easy if I just explain to you like this way. So I take this. Let's just go to this one, and I just airbrush it. Hold on. Whoops. Actually, yeah, let me just get this whole thing. And then I go to the overlay feature, and I just bring it down a notch. But yeah. So that's what I do. I just like the effect. I don't use it in every drawing, but that's how I do it. And yeah. Step 8 is the polishing. This is where I add all the little tiny features I like, all the little speculars, all the little sense of detail. This is a really quick run through. I would polish up some more details if I were just like the line art's a bit sloppy in some places, but yeah, this is really just how I do it. I know it seems quite drastic to go from here to here, and I also added this little bit of shading that all eyes kind of have. That's just with that's like I don't know. It's just an all eyes. It's like the upper shading. I don't know if it has a name, but yeah, and that's how I do it. So we draw, we shade again, but add more details. We mask, we add a clipping mask. We put in the flat colors. We add some depth. We add an overlay, and then we polish. And that's how I do my eyes. Now you don't have to do it completely like this, but that's how I do mine. If you like how this looks, these are the steps you should follow. And yeah. Now on to the brief segment about animals. This is just some really quick sketches I did, but in this segment I kind of wanted to go over how I wanted this to be kind of like a closing segment a little bit. With animals, when you're doing animal eyes, you have to take into consideration that you have to learn the anatomy of an animal eye. But actually, the main reason I drew these eyes was to show you that I did this without reference. And while you might be thinking to yourself, this doesn't look that bad, if you searched up a real rooster's eye, like I didn't, then you'd find out like I made a lot of mistakes. That's why I made this little piece at the end of I don't know, what animals are these? I genuinely don't know what animal this is. Some sort of reptile. This is a rooster or a chicken or something. I don't know the difference. And these are some cat eyes. Also with cat eyes, cats' eyes can look like this a little bit. Then they can do this. I know this because I see my cats do it all the time. I don't know what it means, honestly, when their eyes do this, when their eyes do this. I used to think it was because they get mad, but sometimes I've seen them happy and their eyes look like this. I don't know. I guess this means it's like focused or some shit. Anyways, yeah, so with animals, you should always go over their anatomy for each specific animal before you do the illustration. That is what I wanted to teach you with these rudimentary sketches right here. Next up, I have some frequently asked questions I want to address. So, I can't draw the second eye. What do I do? Well, what you should do is now there are certain techniques you can do. You could obviously just let's draw an eye. You could just whoops, I'm on the wrong layer. You can just take this eye, and I can just duplicate it and send it to the other place, and just duplicate it and move it. But I don't really like doing that because I love drawing eyes, so it's kind of interesting. Plus, when it's from a third view profile, you can't really do that. So yeah, but what you should do is just honestly just keep practicing. If you drew the first eye, you can always draw the second. You just don't know it yet. But yeah, and it is annoying at times. I'm not going to lie. This does happen to me a lot where I'm annoyed with the second eye. I mean, why is this one only one eye? It's because I haven't drawn the second eye yet. So yeah, I can tell you, it is very annoying. Next up, and I want you guys to listen to this one very carefully. You guys loved the last video. You guys, what brushes do you use? I use these brushes. I use the technical pen, I use the round brush, I use the flat brush, this is the Japanese brush where I used on my video that has like 37,000 views. The coloring tutorial in Procreate. This is the brush I used. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't have a name for it. I got it in like 2018 from some Japanese website. It was all Japanese. So I'm sorry guys, I really don't know what this is called. A soft airbrush. I use this brush called Basic Big, which is fucking huge. 6B pencil for sketching, Procreate pencil for also sketching, light pen, watercolor, driven snow for other details, whatever, etc., etc. And last thing I wanted to go over is where do I post artwork? It's over here on Twitter. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, that'd be greatly appreciated. That's where I post all my artwork. I have not posted in a while. That's because I've been busy with college and family and other things going on in my life. It's been pretty hectic. But stay tuned. I'll definitely be posting a drawing before February. I can promise you that. Anyways, I am Shavzas. This has been a pleasure recording a video again. I hope I can record some more. So yeah, stay tuned. See you guys next time.